Hi guys, Chris here with Dream Big and Make It Happen. And today we're going over a few things, specifically the mechanics of not the narcissist, but the minions. The flying monkeys they're called, but the minions. Now, I have been seeing more and more that if you've been ineffective going after the narcissist, you might want to take a look at the minions. I'm not going to say more because we're going to go into that in more details in another video. However, let's look at what we're dealing with when we're dealing with a narcissistic attack. You have a whole group of people, and when you're just looking at it as a whole, it looks like the whole group hates you and wants you dead and are trying to kill you. And so it can look like a big mob, a pitchfork mob, and you're suddenly Frankenstein's monster and they are out to skewer you. That could happen, definitely. But let's break down this mob a little bit. Let's look at it before it gets to that point where everybody wants to do you in. Because there are subsections of this mob, and you need to take the people that you know and put them in these categories so you know what you're dealing with. Now, the first section you have is the narcissist, him or herself. In our case, it's herself, and we all know who that is, okay? You know they're trying to kill you. You know they're completely insane. They're actually stalkers and sociopathic and obsessed and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you got that one pretty well taped. Now, the minions are the next. And I'm not talking about people that believe the lies and, gee, I wish you shouldn't oughta. No, the minions are the ones who take the lies and they probably elaborate themselves and they make sure they are spread all over the area, and they do it to take you out. And they do it because they take pleasure in watching you go down. Don't make any mistake about that. The minions are every bit as focused on putting you in your grave as this particular narcissist is. They're like this as far as personalities and as far as goals and what they're doing. So when you have minions, we have about maybe 5 or 6 minions here. We got one big narcissist, about 5 or 6 minions, truly evil people. And then we have the other ones. Now, after the minions comes the bystanders who believe the lies, okay? So they're a little bit less inclined to go do something, but they've decided that you're bad, and they don't want really much to do with it, but you're bad, and we agree. And they probably spread rumors too, but not with the glee and not with the obsessive desire to take you out like the minions actually do. Then after that, you have the bystanders who are very neutral, and they're just like, just make it stop. And I understand, I'd like it to stop too, but it doesn't stop if you don't fight back. It only gets worse and worse, and then it spreads, and then it goes on to everybody else, and then it's even more horrible. So those are the guys who are probably hearing the narcissistic lies and gaslighting of, you're keeping it going, you are making this happen, you are responsible for all this. And they may even be coming to you going, please stop, and they don't know what's going on. They know they don't like it, but they're having their doubts about you, let's be honest. Then after that, you have your supporters. God bless these people. Again, there's a handful here and there, but we've noticed that more and more are becoming supporters now that they see what's going on. Bless these people, because no matter what kind of crap they've been through, and I will tell you, they are under attack too a lot of times. But they refuse to believe the lies. They know you inside and out, and they're strong enough to actually stand with you when the going gets rough. These are your golden friends. The other guys, the minions, first of all, they never were with you. They've always been against you. They've just been very covertly hostile. The ones who are opposing you and turned on you, well, guess what? They were just waiting for some reason to turn on you. I heard that on another channel, and I went, whoa, yes, that's true. They were looking for a reason to turn on you. Probably jealous of some attention you're getting, or maybe just of you. Those guys, you know what you're dealing with. Then, after your supporters, you have you, all by yourself, standing on your lonesome. And the goal of the narcissist and the minions is to take everybody in that group and move them all over to the minion group. That's the ultimate goal. That's why you have to fight back, and you have to fight back with truth. You have to disseminate it as best you can and keep putting it out there, because remember the other day I told you, everybody knows, everybody says, so it must be the truth. Well, you put the truth out there, and pretty soon one person picks it up, then another person picks it up, then another person picks it up, because Truth doesn't need a lot of effort to push it forward. Lies do. They have to keep working on keeping this machine of a campaign going. Lies take effort. Truth goes through just like quicksilver, okay? So you get a few people and the truth goes out, but you have to push out the truth. You have to push it out as much and as fast as you can. And people are going to be going, stop it, stop it. No, you push that truth out there. It's the only thing that will save you. But again, be careful. These people can be very criminal. We're going to go over that too. Okay, so now take all these people in your environment, write them all down and put them in a category. What do you got? What are you dealing with? Because you're not going to want to waste attention on the bystanders who are neutral or the bystanders who are maybe a little opposed to you, because when they see the truth, they'll turn back. You want to focus on the minions. Those are the guys, because they will never turn back, no matter what you say, no matter what you do. And that brings me to another point. The infuriating things about the true minions is they will never face the truth. They will never, ever believe you, quote unquote. Why? Because they really want you to go down. They want you to be as bad as they think, because they have, for whatever, some weird twisted idea that if you're successful, you're a bad person. If you're rich, you're bad. If you work hard, oh, you're bad. If you're ethical, you're bad. All of these things are very twisted and weird, because the successful people I know, the ethical people I know, the people in all of those groups, the rich people I know, come to that, are all very good people. They're all very community oriented. They all give back to the community and whatnot, unless they're narcissists or minions or whatever. But universally, those are the type of people I want to hang out with, because they're more fun. So what they do when faced with the truth is they ignore, they refute, they gaslight. And no matter what you say, they'll never believe you. No matter what you say, they're going to be right. Now, let's look at some things about these people. Number one, they're probably narcissists themselves or have severely narcissistic tendencies. They are certainly antisocial. Now, when we look at the severity of the minions, the fact that they are eagerly trying to take you out, that they're trying to get you to commit suicide or take you out in whatever way, smear you, destroy your reputation, destroy your whole business, and in our case, destroy the whole community, that's pretty evil. So these people are not well. Now, another thing is they completely lack empathy. Well, yes, you received threats. Yes, people have attacked your property, but it wasn't me. They're not attacking me. But as long as it doesn't happen to them, it is what it is. It's not happening to me, so lacking empathy completely. And as such, they hardly ever reach out with any sort of a hand to help. That's pretty funny. I mean, I've had a lot of people, when I was sick or Pete was sick or something was happening and I was busy, they reached out and tried to help me. These people will not try to help you unless there's something very much in it for them. Now, another thing is very, very interesting, and this has been close up and personal and actually really got me seeing things in my life and how I was raised in a family with a narcissist in it. It has been extremely cathartic, but it's also been painful to get that recognition, because you start seeing how these ideas have become your ideas because you were brought up that way, and how these things kept you from doing things. For example, they hate good people, they hate rich people, they hate ethical. So then a little bit of you is kind of going, I shouldn't be rich, I shouldn't be good, I shouldn't be ethical. Those all come from the narcissist, not from you. The thing I've noticed about that is they become someone else when faced with a situation like this, or they just reveal their true selves. You have to realize the narcissist has a false front. Here's their beautiful personality they've picked up, and they've made it real charming, and they made it real good, and they talk a good game. But if you look past it, none of these things ever happen. All the talk is lies. And you wish that the personality that you're seeing is real, because it seems nice, but it's not. So the minions that come along also have false personalities, and they are revealed when their ire is directed at you, because gosh darn it, you won't die. Another thing about these guys, highly irresponsible and many times criminal. This is what you're dealing with. You have to be careful. It may be that they're not actually criminal, but they will watch something happen, something actually criminal, attacks on you, even murder. They will not do or say anything to help you, and that's a bitter pill. I've been watching a lot of these crime interviews where they interview these people, and there's one where there was a bunch of kids, okay? They were like teenagers. And there was one narcissist in the group, one suppressive person in the group, and they said, this person is terrible, and he did this, and he did that, and we're going to kill him, we're going to kill him. So they got this group of morons together, but also minions, and they took part. They did, it wasn't my idea, I didn't want to kill him, I tried to get them to stop, but did you help him burn the body? Well, yeah, I did do that. What? These are these guys here. They will not lift a finger to help you. They will not take any responsibility for the destruction that they're doing. And it's very, very eye-opening when it happens to you, as you know. Bear in mind that the goals of the minions are the narcissist goals. So what is the narcissist goal? Destroy you, ruin your reputation, destroy your business, destroy all your relationships, and make you commit suicide, or make you so sick that you die. That's basically it. They want you gone. You and your light is not allowed on this planet, thank you very much, and we're going to take you out. So the minions' goals, you have to understand, are the narcissist goals. We went over the fact that they cannot admit that they are wrong. So even when you give them the truth, as infuriating as it is to try to make them see, and even you hit them over the head with a brick, they're not going to see the truth because they cannot be wrong. And I'm sure you've seen this. I'm sure you stood there slack-jawed, just watching somebody twist logic and justify and defend and defend. And you just can't get your head around it. Well, guess what? You're not going to. What you've got is somebody who's faced with the truth now who cannot be wrong, and they have to twist it so that they're right. That is pretty severe mental illness right there. Understand what you're dealing with. And another thing, when you push out the truth, you're going to get hit with all kinds of ow, ah, oh, ah, oh. And it's going to be pretty wild. And they may even physically attack you. But guess what? They're not mad because of what you said or what you did or because of the truth or because they can't admit they're wrong. They're mad because you didn't die. That's why they're mad. And now you're on to them, so they can't kill you. That's why they're mad. So if you look at these minions, this is not a light thing. We've done some checks on some of our minions, and we found some pretty big criminal acts. And if you background check some of these minions, it's pretty amazing what you find. Criminal behavior, jail time. We've seen that in a couple of our minions here. Unethical, immoral, all kinds of behaviors and things that most people, if they knew about, would not agree with, and that would completely invalidate them in the eyes of the people who are believing them. For some stupid reason, and this goes for the good and for the bad, when you have a bad person standing right in front of you and somebody's telling you this guy who you know has done something awful, many people's first response is, oh, that can't be true, I know this person, Well, let me tell you something. Let's say Max down the street cut up his family in little bits and put them under the floorboards. And let's say Max is walking around and somebody you smell, something weird smelling out of Max's house. And then you see the police and the crime tape. Max lives there by himself. Max has been keeping quiet lately. And on the news, you hear Max has chopped up his family, put them in baggies, and stuck them under the floorboards of his house. And you go, Max did that? That can't be. I knew he was a loner, but this is such a shock. Well, guess what? People who murder people, somebody did it. They're under the floorboards and stinking after 2 weeks. Who was it if it wasn't Max? It's got to be some unknown, blah, 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 blah. Can't be Max. Also with great artists, you see this all the time. Michelangelo. People treated him like crap. Oh my God, what the way he was treated. However, now we know he's a fabulous artist and one of the most famous artists of all time. And yet, during his time, nobody could see that he was such a great artist. It's almost like if they're amongst us, if they're here with us, they can't be on either end of the scale. They have to be the same as us for some strange reason, and it's a phenomenon that I can't explain, but I've seen it a lot. Now, these are a lot to think about. So your homework, go through and make a list of all the guys that are involved in this, anybody spreading, smearing, whatever they're doing. Make a list of all of them in your circle that's involved. Put them in these categories. You're going to see that you have the narcissist and a handful of minions. Look at what I'm saying and the minions individually. You may even want to do some background checks. I'm just saying. Don't do anything yet because you have to be very careful with these people. They could be dangerous in and of themselves. But starting by being aware of them, knowing what you're dealing with, knowing who they are and what they're doing, I think that's going to make you feel a lot better and give you a little ammo for when you move forward on your handlings. Okay, guys, there you go. See you soon.